Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Kyodokan. I'm Ryusei. Today I'm going to show you how to make smooth red bean paste Koshian and Mitsuni. Mitsuni is similar to red beans with syrup. Next video, I'll introduce a recipe of using Mitsuni. And Koshian is a very important part of Wagashi. We usually use Koshian for filling and we use it for making yogurt. I hope this video will be interesting and useful for you. Yes, let's go!
These are Azuki red beans. They are from Hokkaido, Tokachi. Hokkaido is the largest in Japan. There is huge Tokachi plain in South Burt. Tokachi plain is suitable for growing potatoes, wheat, and beans. First of all, I get rid of some beans which are hot and broken carefully, which helps us to cook nice smooth texture of red bean paste. Okay, I got rid of them. Please remove these kind of beans. Next, I'm going to rinse red beans in the ample water. I add them to the bowl and stir lightly. And then I drain a sieve. Good. I transfer red beans to a big pot. And I add water to the half point. It's very important to keep the pot half empty, because I'll add more water after that. Okay, turn on the heat. Once it begins to boil, stir them gently. I turn down the heat to medium. Then I heat it until the red beans begins to wrinkle for a few minutes. A few minutes later, I'm going to scoop red beans, like this. And then I add plenty water to lower the temperature of water to below 50 degrees. It helps the beans fully absorb water inside and cook them evenly. I'm going to measure the temperature. It's 45.2 degrees. I turn up the heat. Once it boils, turn down the heat again. I heat them until the beans double in size. It's a few minutes later, I take up some beans. Beans are enough swollen. Please look at these. Left one is a raw bean and the right one is a cooked bean. Okay, drain a sieve. And I shower beans to wash away tanning. I stir them lightly by hand. This work is called shibukiri in Japan. Then I return the beans to the pot. And add plenty of water. I reheat them until they become soft for about 40 to 50 minutes. Once it boils, skim off the foam. And I turn down the heat to medium-low. I heat them gently, not to smash the beans. 30 minutes later, once the water evaporates, I add water again to cover the beans. And I heat them for more 20 minutes. 20 minutes later, I check whether the beans are well cooked or not. Okay. The key is to boil the beans until they break down easily. Good. And drain the sieve. And shower the beans again. Okay. And then I divided them into two. This one is for Koshian, and this one is for Mitsuni. First, I'm going to make Koshian. Okay, I transfer boiled beans to a sieve. I place a large bowl under the sieve. And I'm going to separate the skin and the inside. I put pressure on them with a ladle to smash the boiled red beans. Once I smash the beans for a while, I pour water over them. Pouring water allows us to get smooth red bean paste efficiently. I keep smashing them. I'm on my way, please look. I got a nice smooth red bean paste. Okay, I do it more. Yes, I've almost done. I'm going to take them up. These are mostly skins. Okay. Finally, I shower them to drop the inside to the bowl. Okay. I've separated the inside and the skin. And then I discard the above water carefully. The inside of the red beans is sunk to the bottom. Please make sure not to discard it. And add water again and stand it for a while. The water becomes a bit more transparent than before. I discard it as well. Okay, and add the water one more. Next, I'm going to drain a sieve. I use this strainer. The measure width is much finer. It allows us to get nice smooth red bean paste. I place strainer on the board and transfer the red bean paste to it. Then I stir it lightly. And I add water to sieve it easily. Okay. And then I transfer it to a clean cloth. I recommend to use a bit large cloth because sometimes the red bean paste is spilled over the cloth. Good. And I take up the edge of the cloth. I squeeze the excess water. Good. This is smooth red bean paste. Next, I will simmer this with syrup. I add 80 grams of sugar and 200 grams of water. I'm going to heat it. Turn on the heat. I stir it lightly. Once the sugar dissolves, I add the smooth red bean paste. I break the chunk of red bean paste and mix them. Okay. I simmer it over medium heat until the red bean paste becomes ideal consistency. It's very important to keep it boiling, because it prevents the water and red bean paste from separating. I keep stirring not to burn. A few minutes later, the water has evaporated and the red bean paste has become thick. Please be careful not to get burnt, as the red beans will sometimes fly to earth. Okay, it's almost done. I keep stirring it until it becomes just before ideal consistency. Okay, like this. Good. And then I transfer it to a tray to chill quickly. And I spread it. Okay, very nice smooth red bean paste is done. I cover with a wet cloth, not to dry. Once it chilled, I divided them into portions and keep them in the freezer. Next, I'm going to make Mitsuni. I add 40 grams of sugar into a small pot and add 150 grams of water. I'm going to heat it. Turn on the heat. I stir it. Once the sugar dissolves, I add the red beans into the pot. Okay, I cook them. And I stir them gently not to break the beans. Once it boils, I turn off the heat. I stand it for at least 3 hours. 3 hours later, the looks shiny and beautiful. I drain a sieve. And then I return the syrup to the pot. I add 40 grams of sugar. I added the sugar to the red beans twice. It helps the red beans absorb the sweetness gradually. I heat again and stir. Once the sugar dissolves, I return the red beans as well. I stir them gently. Once it boils, turn off the heat. I recommend to keep it in the fridge overnight. Next day, very beautiful Azuki no Mitsuni is done. Thank you for watching. Today I introduced Koshian and Mitsuni.
Thank you. How was it? About 2 months ago, I introduced how to make smashed red bean paste. Smooth red bean paste and smashed red bean paste are essential parts of Wagashi. In the future, I'll introduce more Wagashi recipes. I wish you enjoy Japanese sweets Wagashi. Thank you for watching to the end. I'm looking forward to see you next time. Have a nice day. See you later.